Wonder how old this one was. So before I go out hiking or camping, I always make sure I check the weather forecast before I go. Hey, we're just coming on the back of 2 weeks of some real stormy weather here in the UK. We've had two major storms, Storm Arwen and Storm Barra or something like that. They've caused quite a bit of damage, power cables down and loads of fallen trees. There's also been a few broken tent poles here and there. The last few camping trips that I've been on, the forecasters haven't quite got it right, but today they're pretty much on the mark with it being cold and windy. Let's just get out of this wind a little bit. So the forecast according to the Met Office is for temperatures around 2 to 1 degree with a feels like or wind chill of around -5. 22 mile an hour winds with gusts of 36. And looking on the Mountain Forecast website, they've pretty much got it the same. They've got some clouds and gusts of 40 kilometres per hour. So some of my fellow campmates have got something like this, which is some kind of weather meter. This one's by Kestrel. I asked a couple of the lads, some used the Skywatch one. Andy Wardle, he recommended this one, so I went with that one. It's got slightly better reviews. So that's what it looks like out of the case. It just slides in and out like that. So I picked one of these up to help me accurately see what the wind speeds are and the temperatures. It's got a few other features like the dew point and stuff like that, but the temperature and the wind is most important to me. So it measures both the real-time wind speed, and then you can also see what the maximum gust is as well. It's been in my pocket for a little bit, but it says 3.6 degrees at the minute, so it's going down a little bit now it's out in the open. Right, I'm going to take it up the summit and see what the differences are in the wind speed up there. A little bit of rain coming as well now. Right, so already real time I'm seeing about 36, 37 miles an hour. So we've got a maximum there of 39.4. Let's see if we can top 40. Right, so that's nearly blowing me off my feet, and that was 39 mile an hour. Temperature's dropping a little bit, look. 2.2 now. And that's the wind chill, -7. And then just dropping off a few metres, I'm 10 metres away from the summit. That brutal wind has dropped off. We've only got a chill of 0 now. See what the wind is again. Yeah, we're down to 13, 15. So it doesn't really matter that you know the exact wind speeds, but what is important is that pitching your tent somewhere a little bit off the summit is going to give you a much better chance of surviving the night. So dropping down that little bit will give you slightly warmer temperatures and definitely a better night's sleep. High winds in a tent don't always make for a good night's kip. As you can imagine, I watch a fair bit of YouTube and I've seen a lot of videos where I think people are So we're exaggerating the wind speeds a little bit. You know, standing up in constant 30-mile-an-hour winds is quite difficult sometimes. And you see tents like flapping just a little bit like this, and you know, they'll say that it's 70 mile an hour or something. Well, I think getting something like an anemometer is a good way of you know, judging wind speed, so you get to know what's a little bit more realistic. And more importantly, when the wind forecasts are for 70 mile an hour plus, if you know what they're really like, you can prepare yourself a little better for them. I'm not recommending this particular model. I just got this one based on what Andy Wardle told me about it. I've seen some for about 15 quid on Amazon, and Andy Beaver swears by the Skywatch, which is about £35, so nice happy medium there. So the moral of the story: never just rely on the weather forecast alone. Always check from a number of sources, so use something like the Met Office and a mountain forecast, especially if you're heading up into the hills. And I do recommend that you prepare for it being colder, wetter and windier than they suggest.